Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you guys are all doing very well. Firstly, please excuse obviously the state of me. I am currently off of work at the moment because I haven't been feeling too great. I've been suffering with the cluster headaches again, and also I've been struggling with like my ear again. I keep getting this like really strange like ringing sensation in my ear, and yeah, it just seems to worsen every time that I have like a cluster headache. So yeah, not really been feeling the best, and I literally just like cannot get warm. So I obviously haven't got any like proper content to film this week for you guys. However, I was looking back through my videos on YouTube and I actually realised that I haven't actually spoken to you guys about our allotment yet, which I can't believe that I actually haven't mentioned it or like made a video on it for you guys yet, because we've now had the allotment for nearly 3 months, which is crazy to think about. So we started talking about getting allotment round about October time, and basically my mother and father-in-law, they have their own allotment, and they obviously know the guy who basically owns the allotment, and they spoke to him about us thinking about getting one. So they obviously spoke to each other, and the owner of the allotments was like, yeah, we have a plot coming up available if obviously you guys want to have a look at it and see what you think about it. Now, when this happened, we were actually away on our honeymoon, so obviously we weren't in the country and we were away for 2 weeks. So we were like, oh no, like we really hope that he's going to be able to like hold it for us so that when we get back we can obviously go and have a look at it and see what we think of the plot itself. So we exchanged a few text messages and stuff, and we basically explained obviously that we were away on our honeymoon, and he said that's absolutely not a problem. He obviously would like to meet with us when we are back home. Now, when we got back home, obviously I was straight back into work, and that weekend my husband was off, so he was like, you know what, I will go down to the allotment, I will meet the guy, I'll speak to him, I'll have a look around, and I'll send you some photos and videos through of it and let me know what you think, basically. So that's what we did the first weekend that we got back. Now, we didn't get back until the end of November, so basically my husband went down and had a look at the allotment and everything else, and sent me all the photos and everything through, and I was like, yes, this is the one. Like, basically tell him we'll take it on. And so after that, he asked for like all of our details and things like that, so I had to send them all over to him. And then I basically had to go to the council and take like forms of ID, and I also had to pay a £20 deposit as well, which was for the key. So obviously you get given a key for the gate, because obviously it's a secure premises, and obviously people can only access it who have an allotment on there, basically, which is nice to know. And so yeah, I went and sorted all that out. We got given the key, etc. And the first weekend that obviously we planned to actually go down the allotment together as like husband and wife, because obviously I hadn't seen the plot yet in person, whereas my husband had. So we had planned to go down, I think it was like the first weekend or the second weekend of December. And so obviously we actually planned to go down, and it was so cold because obviously it was snowing as well, but it was so nice up there. Like, we went down like first thing in the morning. I think we were there for about 8 o'clock, and we spent a good few hours there, and it was just really nice. So we actually have a shed which is then built into a greenhouse. So the greenhouse sort of built it onto the back of it, which is very, very handy. So we basically just spent like that first weekend sorting out the shed. There were a lot of things in there that were like unnecessary, that didn't need to be in there. It hadn't been maintained the best. So we obviously wanted to get on top of getting the shed, like inside the shed, sorted how we would like it to be. Had a little rearrange around and added our own things in there, which just made it feel a bit more like it was ours. We then also brought like a stove to put in there, so obviously we can make like hot drinks while we're there, because obviously in winter it gets really cold and it's nice to just sit there and have a cup of tea with each other, or a hot chocolate or a coffee or something. So obviously we brought a stove and we've set up like a little tea and coffee station, which is really, really nice. And yeah, so then the weekend after that we went back up, and we basically have this idea to, so like our shed is here, and then in front of the shed there was like loads of like beds and stuff. So we had the idea to, obviously we wanted to make a seating area for there, because obviously there's nowhere for us to sit outside, and obviously we want to make a nice seating area. Obviously, especially when the weather starts picking up and it gets warmer, we want to be able to sit outside, take a picnic up with us and different things like that. So we basically ripped a few of the planters out. My father-in-law kindly, whilst we were at work, dug all the soil over for us and actually put some bark down for us, so it's made it look a lot nicer. And we so far have got on to sort of pulling all the weeds out of the beds. We've done quite a few planters so far, but our plot is absolutely humongous. And yeah, so we obviously just made a start on that. And we've obviously taken all the weeds out, and so far we have planted some red onion, white onion, and also some garlic. And when we next go up, we are obviously going to look at planting some things like potatoes, obviously different things like that. We're trying to plant them in the right season for obviously what's going to be beneficial for them to grow, basically to the best of what season basically is best for these things to grow in. Now, we're not like absolute massive gardeners, but I think that's typically just because like our garden, we don't really have a very big garden. Now, if we did, there is a lot of things that we would like to do with a garden, we would like to have in a garden, all that good stuff. So it's nice for us to have somewhere to sort of go and put all these ideas together and just make it feel really nice and special in a sense. So we have a lot of work to do. However, the previous owner that was there is currently already a few things that are growing there at the minute. So at the minute we have some onions growing, which are coming through really, really nicely. We also had a huge batch of sprouts, which my mother and father-in-law, they used, and they said they were really good. So very happy with that. And then we have this idea that like right at the bottom of our plot, we have just like loads of unnecessary beds, which we're probably not going to use for like planting and things. So what we have decided to do is that whole section at the bottom, we are going to split. So we're going to turn that into sort of a bit of like a flower garden at the bottom, which I'm really looking forward to because it means I get to grow some sunflowers. And yeah, it's just going to look really nice when we obviously get around to doing a bit more on it. I think we're going to go back up again next weekend, but I obviously just wanted to talk to you guys about the allotment because I know I haven't mentioned anything about it so far, or kind of talk to you guys in a little bit of detail. So what I'm going to do now for you guys, obviously I haven't taken my camera with me when I've been going up because I've just been more focused on getting it done and things like that. However, when we go up next week, I might actually film some bits and make a video with you guys, like for you guys, obviously, if that would be something you're interested in, and just basically coming along for the journey with us because it's something that we are very interested in. We are very excited to see how it goes. how well our gardening skills progress throughout. But yes, so what I'm going to do now is I have taken loads of photos and just like random little videos. So I'm going to upload all of those now, and obviously you guys can have a look through them, but you guys will kind of see what I'm talking about. There will be like before and after transition photos in there as well, which it's not at the minute the transition photos from the before to the after. There is obviously still quite a lot of things that we want to do with like the surrounding area, and by the shed underneath you'll see sort of like 2 glass containers which we want to rip out, because then it gives us more like seating space kind of thing. And yeah, so that is our plan for what we want to do with the allotment. But like I say, I will include all the photos and videos for you guys just so you can have a browse through, have a look. If you guys have an allotment and you guys have any gardening tips or any advice that would just genuinely like help us out, then please feel free to comment in the comment section. But yeah, I just thought that this would be another nice little journey for us to kind of go on together throughout 2024. And yeah, basically that's just all I wanted to say. I didn't want to just upload a load of random photos or videos of an allotment and you guys be like, what is this all about? But yes, so if you guys obviously enjoyed this video, then please obviously don't forget to give it a like, and also please subscribe. It would mean the world to have more of you guys subscribed to my channel. When I am feeling a little bit better, I will take you guys, maybe I'm going to try and venture out a bit more into maybe taking videos and taking you guys around with us to the charity shops. But I probably will have a few hauls coming soon for you guys. I have also got something very exciting which I am currently in the process of sorting out upstairs. So very excited about that, but I'm not going to say anything yet. But yeah, so I'm just going to basically insert loads of photos for you guys to just have a look around at our allotment. And yeah, I hope that you guys enjoy coming on this little journey with us and watching our allotment progress throughout the year. And yeah, basically I'll catch up with you guys in my next video. Bye.